Hey everybody, Fee here. Welcome to another episode of The Chef and the Nutritionist. I'm excited to be back here with the amazing Zara, my favorite chef, to talk today about fat. I'm excited for this conversation. I love talking about the macros, but I think fat is a little bit like the carbs, gets a bad rap. So let's jump in. I really want to talk today, Zara, about I guess why they're so essential, because we have a lot of people who go, I'm low fat, no fat, reduced fat, blah, blah, blah. And I think probably where we will take this is around plant-based. We're not really going to be talking about animal fat today, but we will talk about all the yummy fats that we can have. And definitely a conversation that comes up for me with clients a lot around fat. What about you? Bit of confusion out there, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. And me being a chef it's so hard when I'm working in a commercial kitchen and I look around me at all the fats that they use, and I just go, oh, I wish I could change that, because fats are actually crucial in our diet. We need fat for brain function, heart function, hormonal health, our skin, our hair, everything. We need it. We need it. Our digestion, like, it's just so important. But there are ways that we can add those good fats in. And although, people tend to go, well, I'll get my good fats from an animal, there are so much better quality fats that we can get from our plants. And one thing that I did when I did my pantry swap was get rid of all my processed veggie oils, all my blended processed veggie oils, because they do clog our arteries and they do so many different things to our body that's just so scary. But swap them all out for really good quality olive oils, preferably cold pressed cold pressed coconut oils, and also adding in those plants that are high in good oils, such as avocados. There's certain seeds that we eat that have good oils. Our nuts are very high in, good oils. And we must remember that we need to activate our nuts as well when we're eating them. So,
100%.
yeah, yeah.
My favorite thing to do with nuts.
Mm,
And that's not hard. Apple cider vinegar and filtered water.
yeah.
Soak them, dry them, drain them, dry them. That's the most important. And then pop them in a glass jar or a glass container into the fridge. And you'll be surprised as how much more crunch you get out of your nuts. And because then you're chewing them for longer, you get that satiety as well creeping in, because you're taking longer to chew and swallow. And then that's, helps out good bugs down there. They love it too. The other really
Yeah.
important thing to understand about fat is our fat-soluble vitamins, which are A, D, E, and K. The vitamins A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, they are so important for human health, and they cannot absorb into our body without good fats to aid in their uptake. So we really need to make sure that we are having, good fats, our avocados and nuts and seeds and the oils that you've spoken about, to make sure that we're uptaking our A, D, E, and K, because particularly vitamin D, there is in our southern states, and definitely in NZ as well, we have a vitamin D deficiency, particularly in the winter months. People aren't getting outside. So when you are intaking food with vitamin Ds, mushrooms are my favorite if they're left out in the sun to get that UV exposure, bring out the vitamin D, and then having that with something like an avocado, that really helps to so avo on smash with your sun absorbed mushrooms for breakfast.
Yum. Yeah,
You touched
beautiful.
on brain function there, and I really want to come back to that, because good fats help with cognitive function and memory, improving your memory. And I think that when we've got little people and our older people, particularly, where we really want to help them with that brain function and improving memory and that cognitive function, making sure that the people that we have in our lives who are little people and older people are really getting a good quality uptake of those good fats that you spoke of as well. And to the blue zones, like, you know, I know we've spoken about the blue zones before, but they always talk about, you know, the olive oils and
the
nuts and the seeds and those plant-based fats.
Yeah.
Let's talk about food. I know we've talked about nuts, seeds, avocados, but if you were going to make a yummy meal that was high in good fats, what would it look like?
From the top of my head, Fee, this is a on the spur question.
It is.
Do you know what? One of my favorite, actually, and I do crave these sometimes. Vegetarian nachos. Got a great recipe for vegetarian nachos. High in protein, high in really good fats. I do make my own chips to go with it out of sweet potato in the air fryer. They come out perfect. And just a tiny bit of Parmesan cheese. Cheese is one of my weaknesses, so I've steered away from those really soft cheeses because they're processed. Number one, they're processed, highly processed, and they've got really bad fats in them.
Yeah.
So steered away from them. I do love Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese is an exception because it does have a little bit of protein in it.
What about, you talked about your sour cream. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so sour cream, that's what I was getting at. So with the nachos, like you make your nice veggie nacho mix and then your toppings. So my sour cream I make from activated cashews, and they're best soaked overnight because they do come out a little bit softer and creamier when you blend them. So you just blend them down and you add in the other ingredients. So it's a little bit of lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper, and that is it. That's all it is. And you blend it all up till it's smooth, and it makes the perfect sour cream to top your nachos with. And it's delicious. I like
that on my loaded sweet potato as well.
Yeah,
would be a definite addition to me for like a Mexican mix. I've always got like this same sort of thing. I'll do a bit of a Mexican mix with red onion, garlic, sorts of beans, whatever legumes I've got. Chickpeas get thrown in there as well. And what else do I throw in there? A little bit of parsley as well, but high in antioxidants. Throw all that together, and I've always kind of fried that up and got it in the fridge for its, you know, if I want to throw a potato in, all I have to do is pull that out and pop it.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea. Great idea.
Yeah, I have got out of making, I call it cashew cream cheese, but it's the same thing. Exactly.
Your the same thing.
Sour cream is exactly the same how I make it. Maybe I'm going to change up the verbiage. I think another thing that when we talk about good fats is that is yet another macro that keeps us fuller for longer compared to saturated fats. Let's compare. Let's go. All right. Saturated fats from Macca's.
Oh,
I don't know. Fries and a junior burger.
The fries, definitely.
Even have junior burgers and cheeseburger or whatever. Fries and a burger, which you can smash down really quickly, but then still be hungry an hour later, compared to doing something like your chips in air fryer and then adding some cashew cream cheese or cashew sour cream and
the whole of the food, the more it will fill you.
Absolutely. And the more real the food.
Absolutely, the real as well. Yeah.
That's a no-go zone. But then if you're fuller for longer, you're not going to be craving more food. You're not going to be bouncing and needing to top up, overeating calories, kilojoules, because you've done the whole good thing of satiety. So good fats help lower the risk of some really chronic health conditions too, like heart disease and diabetes. And I know a high level of good fats, which is helping the absorption of those A, D, E, and K vitamins as well, is also, there's some research around that, and some cancers that when people have got a higher intake of good fats with that uptake of A, D, E, and K, that they're less at risk of developing some cancers. So, yeah. Anything else we need to talk about?
I would just like to mention our this is one of my favorite products in our Juice Plus family, but our omegas, our plant-based omegas, in a beautiful little capsule. They are my favorite, like I said, and the ingredients are sourced. They will tell you the ingredients are amazingly sourced, and the capsules are put together so like just perfectly. And I have peace of mind with these because we have cardiovascular health in the family, and I know that peace of mind that I'm protected.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, 100%. Omegas 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 in our omega. The whole fish oil thing. You know, we know that the fish don't actually have the omegas. They actually get them from the algal anyway, which is where we have partially sourced some of those as oils from. And yeah, just to expand on the capsule, what you were talking about there is the double encapsulated double bond to make sure that they never leak, that they are kept stable. And we add this teeny tiny pinhead size nitrogen bubble into every single capsule to keep the oil stable. So I don't know about you, but I remember Mum opening fish oil and krill oil. I remember krill oil becoming a thing. I'm going back probably 20 years. And Mum would open these krill oil capsules that literally, I'm sure, if I threw one against the wall, it would bounce straight back at me. It was so thick. It looked like a rubber around it. But when you opened it, because some of them had leaked, it was just rancid. It just and it's like you can take them out and wash them and put them back. I think a lot of them got fed to the dog, to be honest. But yeah, we don't have that problem because we don't have that fishy smell, no fishy burps. And definitely a great way to supplement if you're not getting enough good fats from your diet. So yes, very important.
Absolutely. Very important.
Beautiful. I think that we have covered the good fats. Stay away from those saturated fats. They're there to clog your arteries and cause all sorts of nonsense. And we want you to stay healthy. Any closing words, Zara?
From me as a chef to you, stay away from deep fried foods. That's really important.
That is, who knows what's in those deep fryers, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks, Zara. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Bea. See ya.